Congressman, thanks for joining us. I think you guys are playing it close to the vest. It's going to be a short window to hash all of this out. And despite the fact we've come back much better and stronger than anyone anticipated, there's certainly no argument that parts of this economy still need help.
Yeah, you're right, Charles. And we have a short runway, that's for sure. And I will just tell you that some of the things that are being offered don't take into account the long-term ramifications. So you can throw another $1 trillion at it, but then you have a $5 trillion structural deficit for this year. You ratchet that up. It's a huge wealth transfer. But then at the same time, I just talked to a business owner today who said they're down 45% in earnings, revenue, but they're coming back. But they can't get their employees to come back because they're getting that $600 federal bonus for unemployment. And that's not the first time I've heard that. So we've got to be very careful on the steps that we're going to put into a relief package.
So Edward Lawrence talked about perhaps something special for hotels and restaurants. This morning over in the UK, they cut their VAT tax on hospitality by 5%, which I find to be fascinating. Anywhere around the world, when they want to really goose an economy during an emergency, they know the first thing you do is cut taxes. So they cut the VAT tax to help out there. What are we going to do? What do you think? That seems like an area where you certainly can find some bipartisan agreement.
Well, you would think so, but I'm not sure that you do get it. I mean, I think the payroll tax reduction that the president's talking about is immediately stimulative, and that would include the area that's there. But I will just tell you, as long as you've got people that are scaring to death, putting hysteria and panic in there about going anywhere, you're going to have trouble with those sectors, lodging and restaurants.
Then let's talk about this for a moment, because I know you're meeting with the CDC. You don't agree with their school guidelines. What are they getting wrong?
No, I think schools should open up. And I think that the local jurisdictions should be working on that. I think the governors should be working on that. I'm not sure necessarily what they get right or what they get wrong, but I can tell you this. The guidelines that they have in place or that they've talked about are so onerous. Think about it. A lot of students end up on buses in Arizona. You can't even get enough buses to transport by the CDC guidelines because you're sticking one kid on a row, maybe two kids on every other row type of thing. You just can't do that and make that happen. So you need to get schools back open, and those CDC guidelines are pretty onerous and probably can't be complied with. So you need the local jurisdictions to really weigh in with their local health officials to design a program that can work and protect the kids and those who are teaching the kids.
Right. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, this whole thing has been an exercise in federalism, right, and the responsibilities at local levels. But that being said, how is your state? How's Arizona doing right now with the new cases, hospitalizations, deaths? How are you feeling about this right now?
Well, I think we should stay open. I mean, we have more cases, that's for sure, but our hospitalization rate has decreased by well over 100% in the last 30 days. Same with the fatality rate has decreased by about 135% over the last 30 days. We still have bed space that's available. The ICUs for just the data. If we were to get granular on this, you would say, hey, we're in decent shape. We can go forward, and instead we have some of our elected officials that are shutting down businesses, and that's going to just exacerbate this and prolong this, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm seeing some mayors in your state who are really sounding pretty hysterical right now. So I'm trying to square that with the data that you're telling me. Hey, Congressman, I want to shift gears a little bit because you remember, not that you were there, but obviously very famous 1956, Nikita Khrushchev of the Soviet Union said that we will take America without firing a shot. We do not have to invade the United States. We will bury them from within. I think about that because that's what China's doing to us right now. They've infiltrated America through every means possible. Now it's TikTok. They're manipulating data. We heard the FBI head yesterday saying that we're in the midst of the greatest financial heist in history. And yet we're just kind of whistling past the graveyard. What is Congress going to do about this?
Well, I think Congress has to step up its game, and we need to maybe put some proscriptions on Chinese companies like TikTok. I mean, you're right. They're basically accumulating data They're manipulating the data. They're sharing data against agreements that we had. DOJ is investigating them, but that's going to take a long time. We need to take a look at really how we can proscribe TikTok and others of these Chinese companies that are they've been stealing our intellectual property. They've been manipulating currency. They've been basically hijacking our economy to some extent. We gave them so much. We built their Blue Water Navy, their advanced rocket telemetry, all of that we gave them. We allowed them to skip generations. So when you give me that Nikita Khrushchev's statement from '56, he's right, except for the Soviet Union was unable to execute. China is actually executing. We have to protect our elections, for instance, because of China. I mean, so they've permeated virtually every aspect of our society, and they're turning us into dependency on China.
Well, I guess the good news is that the alarm, more people hear the alarm. Now the question is how quickly we take action. Congressman Biggs, we covered a lot. Always appreciate your time. Thank you.